7 months pregnant Nigerian lady has been sentenced to 11 years in prison. She said racism played a part in her conviction. She has been set up and she said she's innocent. Let's find out if she has a point in what she's saying. The story centered around two Nigerians, Andrew and Mary. They grew up in the same area and love formed quietly without a drama. Nothing suggests initially that this was not love made in heaven. They went to the same university and relationship grew into a long-term plan, marriage discussed, and a future imagined. The goal for the two of them was to leave Nigeria in search of a better life. They discussed all options and they decided to come to the UK at a time where students were able to bring their spouse to the UK, and they relocated to the UK without a problem. They arrived in the UK. The reality started meeting ground. Despite the fact that Mary had a bank account, she had the right to work, everywhere she applies, she will be told, you do not have UK experience. Their plan initially was that Mary would support Albert while he's doing his 20 hours to pay the fees. But when reality meets the UK, they realize that UK is not littered with pound telly. Pressure was piling on. The bills were unpaid. Andrew was becoming frustrated. He did not want to ask the people that he knew for help. One fateful day, Mary was in town. She ran into somebody that she knew back home who told her that her childhood friend, who used to call Auntie, lives in the UK, and that is where Helen came in. She was given Helen's contact and she called Helen one day. Helen was surprised and shocked to hear from the person that she used to see as her baby sister back home. When she explained the situation that she was going through to Helen, I do not have a home, my big sister. Helen said, if that is what you're going through, don't worry. You can come and stay with me whilst your husband tried to sort himself out. The plan initially was that she will stay with Helen. Helen will help her sort herself out while the husband remains there. When she arrived at Helen's place, Helen introduced her to Andrew. She and Andrew, they've been dating for a long time. She's had 5 miscarriages for Andrew. Andrew appears like a rich man and there was no suspicion. She told Andrew, this is my baby sister. We grew up in the same area. Andrew was very, very pleasant. When Helen is not at home, Andrew will come in. Hey, I just want to give you some gift. Let's go for coffee. It started initially just like friends. Before you know what was happening, Andrew kept showering this girl with gifts and saying all sort of nice things. Helen was not even aware that the person that she trusted with her life, the person that she opened her door to and called her sister, has a different motive. When you find out what led this girl to 11 years in prison, you'll be shocked. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this story. Before you know what was happening, relationship started developing between this gentleman and Mary. The funny part of the story is that she fell pregnant. Meanwhile, Helen has had 5 miscarriages. She has not been lucky enough to have a baby. When she found that she was pregnant, the husband that she used to call, that she used to pick the husband's phone, she became evasive. The husband would call her. She initially gave the husband one excuse. When Helen found out that the person that she housed as her younger sister is about to take the love of her life away from her, and she's even gone further, that she's now pregnant and it's the man who is responsible. When she has had 5 miscarriages, Helen almost killed herself. She was shocked. She couldn't believe. Before you know what was happening, boyfriend said, let's go and rent a house with a new love. Mary and Andrew, they went to rent a house. One day, they were at home. Andrew said, oh, I need a bank account. I've got overdraft. I don't want to use my account because if any money that goes into my account, as soon as possible, the bank and the people that owe, the bank will take the money. The girl, out of love, gave Andrew the bank details. That was when she was surprised later when 19,000 hit the account. That was the beginning of a new journey. Andrew, being a gentleman, gave her 7,000 pounds. Babe, this is yours, a gift. She was shocked that without doing anything, I get 7,000 pounds when I've been in the UK and life is up. Whilst all this was going on, her husband, she was still playing the husband. Oh, I'll call you tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow. The husband did not know that the love of her life, she's now living with someone else and she's expecting a baby for this man. When Andrew gave her that money, before you know what was happening, Andrew was ordering a lot of things online, and whatever you need, Andrew will order it. You give him half price of whatever he orders for you. So this girl, she was not the one that was helping Andrew to go and deliver items for different people that were ordering things from Andrew. Before you know what was happening, this girl was innate. She was getting the best Louis Vuitton, some of the best designers. When Helen calls her, Helen told me that the saddest part of this story is that this girl was mocking her. You couldn't have a baby. You're barren. It's what you couldn't do for a long time. I did it. It's not my fault. I didn't force the man. The man saw me. He chose me. I'm better looking. This was the person that came to Helen's house and she was crying. Helen said, Frank, I could not believe that this was the same person that was saying all these things to me. This woman told me what no woman should ever tell any woman, especially when you know it's something to do with struggling to have a baby. Before you know what was happening, she was not collecting things in the house. She was wearing designers, posting a lot of things on Facebook, saying she's found the love of her life, and she was doing very well and posting pictures online. This girl did not know that the love of her life, he has been under the radar. He has been tracked. The police have been tracking Albert. One fateful day, the bell rang, and guess who opened the door? It was Mary. She wanted to receive items like she has done on several occasions. Her bank account have been used, the 3 bank accounts that she has. Money has gone into the bank account and she's been rewarded with large shares. She was telling her family back home that I found the love of my life. What God cannot do doesn't exist. And she was saying all these things when the going was good and she was flashing her Louis Vuitton. And she signed the package. Before she knew what was happening, she was arrested straight away on the spot. She was arrested. The most interesting part is that the person that delivered the item has delivered item on 3 occasions just to be sure that is this woman that is ordering this thing, and she is the one that signed them on 3 occasions. Now, Andrew initially went hiding. When he went hiding, he later returned. When he returned, he claimed Mary was involved and the 2 of them have been doing this together. Both of them face serious fraud charge. Andrew, being a sharp guy, he pleaded guilty straight away. When he pleaded guilty, Mary initially said she's not guilty, but later the court delivered harsh sentence and Mary was sentenced to 11 years, while Andrew, who holds a British citizen, was sentenced to 13 years. Andrew has been to jail in the past on 2 occasions, and the judge said this time around, you need to go in for a long time. Mary is 7 months pregnant. She faces prison and she's going to have the baby in prison. Nobody knows what's going to happen to the fate of the baby. She will be deported when she finishes serving her family a prison sentence. Now, what are the implications of this interesting case? Number one, harsh legal consequence. One mistake can lead to years in prison and destroy your dream. Deep emotional damage, trauma affect family and unborn. Future permanent change completely. Exploitation. The most interesting part of the story, when I spoke with Mary's boyfriend that he brought her from Nigeria, the guy said, bros, I did not know. People said I am a fool, but I know I'm a fool because every time I call this woman, even despite the fact that she was already still living with Andrew, she was living with Albert, she was picking my call and she would talk to me, and I did not even suspect that the woman that we grew up together was living with another man in the UK and carrying his baby. I did not know. People are saying I'm a fool, and now I believe I am a fool. The story shows that love mixed with desperation can blind judgment. Financial survival can push moral boundaries. Immigration vulnerability increased risk. Trust, once broken, destroys lives. Now, prison time cannot undo damage. A child entered the world in tragedy. Multiple lives are shattered, and a cautionary tale of migrants everywhere. This lady continued to maintain that she's innocent and she's been set up by Albert. Whereas Albert has said she knows what was going on and she has been rewarded kindly. Do you have any sympathy for Mary, who is going to prison and she will be deported after 11 years in prison? Only God knows what awaits the baby that she's going to have in prison. Let me know what your views are in the comments where you believe that she was set up or this was just something that she wasn't aware of. Let me know. Or you believe that she was part of it. She deserves what she gets. Let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.